my producer. Pull from the hip, 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy next to ya. I can see right through.
And James, remember that time where I ain't come and Speedy and all that was looking for me calling because I ain't come, but y'all playing.
Yeah. I remember that. Dog, why you ain't come, dog?
I'll be honest with you, man. I was mad y'all wasn't passing me the ball, so I thought I was gonna prove a point. I can be honest. Hey, but look, now that I'm older and I realize what we had, it was you, Darrell, Manny, and Jordan Crawford. How was I supposed to get the ball? You got four of the top 5 guards in the country and top 4 scorers. You know what I'm saying? But back then, you know, playing that Persian, I was getting the rock. You know what I'm saying? But y'all was getting busy. It wasn't like y'all was missing though. But I still was a little upset that y'all wasn't passing me the ball.
No, you know what though? To be a big and play with 4 guards that you know, like they all could get buckets. I feel like you and Serse, y'all fit us perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really fit our AAU team perfect, bro. I feel like we had the best AAU team.
Best family AAU team? You think we had the best family AAU team?
The best family AAU team?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show, the I Ain't Heard That podcast, where we're bringing you positive interviews. If you haven't already done so, hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment, all that good stuff. What's going on, fellas? It's been a minute. We had some issues. How you doing down there, Vince? By the time this aired, it'll probably be a couple weeks, but
Texas went crazy for a week.
Yeah. All right. Well, good that you're good. Good that you're good now. How about yourself, Mark?
So I'm good. I'm glad that we got you back, Vince, man. I know all that stuff that's been happening in Texas, man. I'm glad everything's okay.
All right,
my guys calling, checking on me every day, man.
well, it doesn't look like you was living too bad, man. Anyway. All right, so we got a new guest today. I'm gonna turn it over to Marvin. Again, like I said, we're trying to bring you guys positive interviews. So go ahead, Marvin.
Man, I'm honored, man. To me, this is one of the baddest guards to come through Michigan, period. In my opinion, top 2 point guards to come out of Michigan State, Magic being one, and I'll put him number 2. Just a great person overall, man. Kalin Lucas, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro? What's happening?
Appreciate you coming on, man. I'm honored, bro.
Yeah, for sure, bro. No, thanks for having me, bro. You already know we locked in, Skip.
If you don't mind, I'll start off with the first question. Just that introduction, man. I 100% agree with his assessment, but how does that make you feel to know that you're right up there mentioned with guys like Magic Johnson?
Man, it feel good for real. It just know that, you know what I'm saying, the hard work I put in, I just know it paid off. I feel like one of the biggest things I wanted to do was I wanted to leave my imprint at Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go there and ball out and leave my imprint, and I think I did.
So I'm gonna start. I always start off with this first question. Okay, why Orchard Lake St. Mary, man? Because you was one of the baddest 8th graders to come out of the state. You could have went anywhere. Why Orchard Lake? And it was all boys school too.
Yeah, for sure. Man, really, it was my man's Deontay Allen. You know Deontay, right? Yeah, it was Tay. Tay, we used to be at Voyager. Deontay, he ended up putting it in my head like, K, you need to come to Old Lake. Come to Old Lake. You do the basketball, I do the football. We're going to go to good colleges. We're going to go to the league. And so it really was him. He ended up putting that like in my head. And I ain't really had too many schools that wanted me out of middle school. So like out of 8th grade. So Deontay, he was kind of like the man, like when we was in middle school. So I'm like, this my man. So I ended up just going with my brother and ended up going to Old Lake. It was the best choice for me. I won't have it no other way.
Going to Old Lake like that, those crossover games where you play some of the PSL schools, did it put a chip on your shoulder?
Playing the PSL schools?
Yes, sir.
I say so a little bit, but I feel like it's still just hoop. I feel like the biggest thing I wanted to do, I wanted to play at Cobo, even though we couldn't play at Cobo, but that was like the biggest thing I wanted to do. But it still felt good to play the Persians, the Redfords, the Renaissance, you know what I'm saying? It still felt good to play them teams and, you know what I'm saying, perform at a high level.
It's funny that you say that, because let me ask you this, because going to the Operation Friendship game when you played us, I think it was our 10th grade year, was it, or our 9th grade year? It was our 10th grade year.
I think it was my sophomore year, 10th grade.
And then that was my first time getting to see you firsthand, man. And in our scout report, all they kept saying was, we can't let Kalin get the ball. We can't let him control the tempo. I'm like, man, control the tempo. He only a 10th grader, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And he wound up having like 25. And, you know, at that time, we was like top 25 in the country as a team. How did that make you feel? Did that give you confidence, or was you already just like, you know what, I'm about to just go out here and hoop and just let it fall where it falls?
Bro, you know what's crazy about that game is y'all beat us, right? Mm-hmm. The fourth quarter, I messed around and caught like a concussion. I ended up getting like elbowed in like my temple or something. So I came out the game. I came back in with like 8 minutes left in the fourth. And the whole time I'm thinking we up. I'm thinking we winning the game. Like we down like 8-9 points. And I'm just cruising, chilling, passing like that. You know what I'm saying? Game get over with. My pops, he ended up saying, he like, hey man, he was like, first half you was killing. Second half, you kind of started chilling. I'm like, we won. He like, what? He like, y'all ain't win. I'm like, no, we won the game. He like, and he just started thinking like, you know what? You may have a concussion. I had a banging headache that night. Couldn't sleep, nothing. But no, man, it, you know, to play at Callahan, man, you know, that's 6 and live. So it just felt good to just go out there and have all your people support you and go out and play, you know, some of the best basketball you can play for real.
And I didn't know that. Because
I did notice
how you were just on cruise control during that time period, but I didn't know you thought y'all was up.
Bro, I'm thinking we up the whole time. It's like 4-5 minutes left in the game. We down like 8-9 points. I'm thinking we up the whole time. We was down the whole time. That was kind of crazy.
Talk a little bit about traditional camps and now with the AAU scene. Which one do you think carries more weight?
The traditional camps and AAU. I mean, I always got to say AAU because AAU did so much for me. It really gave me the exposure I needed because, I mean, Old Lake was cool, but I felt like I got my exposure and started being like one of the top guards in the country and all that. It came from AAU. It ain't really come from what I did in high school. So, my opinion, I feel like being on the circuit, playing in all these different cities and states and competing against the top players, you can't do nothing but get better. So I say AAU all day.
So let me ask you this then, going into AAU, how important was Durant Walker in your life?
Man, Durant Walker was important in my life. I feel like one thing Speedy did was he always kept me on my toes. Like, I think I went to the family maybe, I think I was probably like 13, 14 or something. Yeah, like 13, 14. And Speedy, one thing he always did was if somebody had a name, he brought him like, yo, come in and compete. If you think he nice like that, go ahead and see. So Speedy just always kept me on my toes. Like, I could never get comfortable with like, all right, I'm starting at the one, whoop. It's like, nah, this person just coming in at practice, I ain't never seen him before. This person just came from Flint. This person came from Muskegon, and they all want your spot. So with Durant, Speedy always just taught me to just always, no matter what, you got to always be in kill mode at all times.
So I don't know if you remember this story, man. It was me. We was all out to eat. Coach Walker was taking care of us, and he didn't hear me and Manny say thank you. And he just started going off. Was you there when he was like, y'all, MF's ain't last name, Walker, and just going off?
No, I remember something like that. Where we was at? We was out of town.
Yeah, we was going to get something to eat, and I guess he didn't hear me and Fresh say thank you. And he just went crazy in the line, like, y'all, MF's last name ain't Walker, blah, blah, blah. We're like, what you talking about? He was like, man, y'all.
God, man.
That's my God, too.
Well, you don't get to the level of success that you did without having that killer instinct. So going back to your AAU days, who was the one guy that put you in kill mode when you was facing them?
When I faced them, man, I felt like, really, man, I just felt like I was always the underdog. So when being the underdog, you got to pretty much go out and show what you can do and show your worth. So my biggest thing was in middle school, in 8th grade, they had me. Remember Prep Spotlight? You all remember the Prep Spotlight book? Yeah, VB. Prep Spotlight had me top 25 players coming into 9th grade. They had me number 24 out of 25. And that was my motivation right there. Like, damn, y'all got me number 24 out of 25. So that was pretty much just my motivation. Like, whoever in front of me, I'm killing. Y'all probably don't think I'm that nice, but I know I'm nice. So it's kill time. Whoever in front of me.
What was your favorite AAU game, Tay? And shit, you was ranked 38th player in the country too. So what was I'm gonna tell you my favorite, and then you tell me your favorite.
My favorite tournaments used to be like the King James tournament. I used to love the King James tournament and Speece. Just having all the courts like side by side. Then you got the jerseys retired. It's just a lot of stuff be going on in Speece. So them was like the two AAU towns where I used to love going to Speece. I think that was Indiana or Indianapolis. Yeah, and going to the King James tournament. Which one you was gonna say?
No, I was speaking of the King James. Remember that time where I ain't come and Speedy and all that was looking for me calling because I ain't come, but y'all playing.
Yeah. I remember that. Dog, why you ain't come, dog?
I'll be honest with you, man. I was mad y'all wasn't passing me the ball, so I thought I was gonna prove a point. I can be honest. Hey, but look, now that I'm older and I realize what we had, it was you, Darrell, Manny, and Jordan Crawford. How was I supposed to get the ball? You got four of the top 5 guards in the country and top 4 scorers. You know what I'm saying? But back then, you don't play that Persian. I was getting the rock. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But y'all was getting busy. It wasn't like y'all was missing though. But I still was a little upset that y'all wasn't passing me the ball.
No, you know what though? To be a big and play with 4 guards that you know, like they all could get buckets. I feel like you and Serse, y'all fit us perfect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all really fit our AAU team perfect, bro. I feel like we had the best AAU team.
Best family AAU team? You think we had the best family AAU team?
The best family AAU team?
Yeah.
We up there for sure. But as far as when you look at our roster and look at what we did, like we top. We definitely in the top 2, top 3.
And then my favorite game, and you probably don't remember this, was playing on the Real Deal on the Hill. And I forgot who he was playing, but he had to been like top 5 in the country as a point guard. I forgot who exactly it was, man. And you was getting busy. You came out the gates. I think you scored like the first 8 points, like off the gate. Like, you know, Ann was talking mess too, and you know, Manny was hyping you up. You was going crazy. I gotta remember who we played, man. But that Real Deal on the Hill, I'm like, yeah, Kalin Lucas serious.
Yeah, but you know what? Some of that used to be Speedy too, though. You know, Speedy used to be hyping us before the game. If it was somebody, let's say it's somebody ranked, a center that's ranked, and we played them at 5 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock. Once we get to the gym, Speedy talking. Him and Smoke, they talking like, hey, Skip, he about to kill whoever y'all got. K about to kill whoever y'all say he top. Y'all say he the 3rd point guard in the country. K about to show you. So you couldn't do nothing but respect that from like Speedy and them.
And VB, because the VB will put it to the side. He top 10 in the country, man. You know, do your thing. I got you after the game.
So the truth comes out. Big Skip, do you need to talk about it, man?
Talk about what?
I mean, do we need to put you on the couch? Are you okay, man?
No. Listen to me. Respectfully, with those 4 guys, man, now that I'm older, man, I really was a part of history, man, especially like with Kalin, Darrell Summers, Manny Harris, Jordan Crawford, man. You know, when you in the moment, you really don't understand. You know what I'm saying? You just like, man, why I ain't getting the ball? All mine was coming off rebounds, or if I come on, K man, pass me the ball. He'll give it to me one time, I score. Then probably won't touch it again to the third. You know what I'm saying? But I was witnessing history, man, because those were some bad boys.
Absolutely. But for that tournament, you took your ball and went home.
Oh yeah, for sure. Speedy was calling me. My high school coach was calling me. Everybody, my mama was calling. Everybody was looking for me. I was just hiding.
Yeah, that boy was hiding.
Oh man. So talk about how did it come down to Michigan State? Who else was on the table?
Man, pretty much everybody besides whoever was like point guards that was like class of 06, like the Sharon Collins and the Todd Lawsons, but pretty much I could have pretty much went anywhere, but it came down to like Michigan State. At one point it was Wake Forest at one point, but then a coach ended up passing, and so then I just ended up focusing on state. But it was really just pretty much I ended up forming a bond, a relationship with the team, the players, the coaches. I was in high school, going up there like every weekend, working out, just being around, just up there. So it just felt right. So that's why I ended up going.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, and we had Darrell on the show prior, and I asked him to explain the relationship that y'all got, man. And I know, but our viewers don't know, man. Let me hear your side of the story of how important Darrell is to you and how important y'all been through each other's life, just in general.
Yeah, no, real man. That's a friend. That's a brother. That's that's bro for sure. I met Real at Voyager. I think like when we was in middle school, and once I met him at Voyager, maybe like 7th, 8th grade, we just always been tapped in. And me and Real, we've been through a lot. The good times, the bad times, and he's just somebody I know he locked in. He locked in with me, and I know Real, he got my back. And me and Real, we did a lot of stuff up at State. A lot of history was done, you know what I'm saying, with me and Real. And like I said, that's my brother, bro.
Well, you two being on that level, because I mean, both of y'all are killers. Does it help having somebody like that to help elevate your game? Could you look at him and say, okay, I'm gonna take over now? Or he look at you and be like, I got you, bro.
Hey, let's put it like this. Real the only person that dunked on me before, dog. Real dunked on me, man. I ain't never been dunked on. Real dunked on me one time up at State. It was an open gym, and he ended up, it was for the game too. I ended up like switching off on Real, but Real was like on the wing, and somebody threw the lob, and I'm backpedaling. And I just see the ball go in the air, and I jump, and Real just catch it with 2 and just dunked on me crazy. I'm like, damn, at least it's my man. At least it's my bro. You know what I'm saying? At least it's my bro. But I was sick off of that. But no, you said what? My bad. What you say?
I was just talking about to have that counterpart there that you know that there's no question, that y'all have that connection. How important is that?
I think it's real important to have that connection with somebody on the team, or just have like a connection with all your players. With me and Real playing when we was young, we kind of built that connection. It wasn't something that just came right away. Like even when it was like me throwing lobs to him, I had to see which way he really used to like to come off. You like to come off the right, you like to come off the left. You like to go off 2, you like to go off 1. So it was really just building that connection with him. And it was something that I knew. If I looked to my right and I seen him, I knew he was on what I was on. I know he was going to lock up. I know he was going to score the ball. I knew he was going to play hard. He was going to be tough. So it's just good to have somebody like, all right, I could look to my right and I see Real right here. All right, let's get it.
Explain playing at the crib before that Final Four that year y'all made it, man. Because I know we asked Real that same question, and he gave us a story. I wanted to ask you, man, especially being, considered from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Explain that feeling.
Man, that feeling was like no other, man. We had, I think like our open practice, we had we had like 30,000 could just come to the open practice. You know, like normally you have an open practice in a tournament, you may get 30 people, 20 people may come. We had like 30,000 just come from the open practice. So it was cool, man, just to see all the your family, your friends, people you didn't grew up with, coaches. You know what I'm saying? I had my family from my mama's side of the family. They from Alabama. They all came, so it was just the whole experience was just a good experience. And to play at the crib, just to play at the crib was fun. That's something that Izzo told me too when he was recruiting me. He told me like, yo, your sophomore year in the Final Four in Detroit, and we gonna make it. You gonna play in front of all your family. You know, it happened.
Talk about your relationship with Izzo.
Me and Iz, we good. Me and Iz, we been good. I feel like one thing Izzo did for me was he allowed me to see his hard work from a man that's like real successful, that got millions, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like a man that I see like, wow, this man got millions of dollars, and he's still the first and last person to lead a gym. Whenever you ride past, when you going to class, you going to get something to eat, you see his car. It's like he don't sleep. So me seeing that, I took that. Like if he can work this hard and he already got money and already set for life, ain't no reason why I can't work. Ain't no reason why I can't get up early in the morning before class and get on the shoe machine, or come in at nighttime, get on the shoe machine. So he really just taught me hard work. Even though I always worked hard, I just seen it from a different perspective.
Hey, I always wanted to ask you this question, man. Man, that year you won Big Ten Player of the Year, man. There was some bad boys in the Big Ten, and you won Big Ten Player of the Year. I don't know if you knew how important that was, man, because you know there's so many good Spartans that came through Michigan State and have not won Big Ten Player of the Year. So I don't want to use the word regret, but do you ever be laying down that night thinking like, hey, maybe I should have came out after that year? Because like, everybody thought you were. You was on the mock draft that year. I think you was like top 30, wasn't you, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, I think with that, man, this is more like a learning lesson. It's something I could teach, you know what I'm saying, these young boys, you know what I'm saying, when they reach out to me and ask me like, hey, should I stay, should I go? I always tell them to go, especially, you know what I'm saying, if you hot, you gotta leave. You can't stay. If you hot, you gotta leave, because you never know what's gonna happen next year. You know what I'm saying? You never know what's tomorrow gonna be. It ain't promised. So in my situation, I stayed. Then the following year, I got hurt. So it's like, if somebody asks me, I know the coaches or whatever get mad at me, but it's like, yo, if you hot, you doing what you doing, leave. Don't stay.
Was that Izzo? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I had a question too. Excuse me, about that. Your experience at State, now with the league being able to, you can go into the G League. Would you have gone to the State, or would you have went to the G League? You think if the opportunity was there at that time?
I feel like if the opportunity was there, maybe. I mean, I don't know. That's a good question. I feel like I probably would have, or probably could have took a different route, but because I feel like the ultimate goal is to get to the league. That's why these young boys, they like, let me go ahead and go to G League route, and I'm already here, and I just feel like it's a little bit of an advantage. If you go to G League route coming out of high school, then bam, you right in the league. So I don't know. I just feel like I guess it depends. So yeah, I probably would have.
Because during that time, you had to at least have 1 year, right? During your 1 year of college.
You could have came out of high school when we was coming out of, or in 2007, you still could have came out of high school out there.
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought 03.
I don't think so.
It was 1 year.
Yeah, 03.
OJ
03 was the last year, I believe.
Yeah.
Lou, let me ask you, though, maybe you went overseas, because I know a lot of people was taking the overseas route too, which you are overseas now, so it would have gave you a little bit more exposure as well, coming out of being 18 years old. Which you would have did overseas route too?
You said what up? You said what I would have took that?
Yeah, the
overseas route.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I don't know, man, because at 18, I ain't know nothing about overseas, but I could have. I don't know. I'm kind of mental strong, so I feel like as long as your mental right when you overseas, it could have worked, could have happened.
So piggyback on the question I asked before, you not coming out, was that you having a conversation with Iz, or was that a group decision y'all made, or was it a family decision y'all made, or what was the process on that? Or you not leaving? Because I'm pretty sure everybody was saying the same thing.
Yeah, I feel like that process was, I feel like on that, I feel like I should have just really did a lot on my own, like me and my family. We should have really took matters in our own hands instead of letting Iz tell us, like, you know what I'm saying, we gon', like basically Iz told me like, yo, we gon', like he gonna see, you know what I'm saying? He gonna see, he gonna talk to teams, he gonna get a good feel, then he gonna get back with me. And for whatever reason, we ain't never followed back up. But I feel like in that situation, that's where like me and my family, we should have, you know what I'm saying, took that in our own hands a little bit more instead of just leaving it for the coach. You feel what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So, yeah, that's all I really got to say with that.
If it's not to cut you off, I got another question too while it's on my mind. So can you explain, because I know a lot of good guards that come from the city of Michigan, and rumor is always Izzo never lets them go until maybe their junior or their senior year. And I don't know if you ever heard that, but that's the buzz around in the city. Like, you know, what Keith, you know, they don't never let them guards go. And I always use you as an example. Like, shit, K ain't care. K was going crazy from the time he stepped foot on campus to the time he left. So, like, is that true, or is it just like, yeah, it's true, but you just think you ain't give a F?
Man, shit, really, I ain't care for real. I feel like going in as a incoming freshman, I just felt like, because it was me, Chris, Rail, or whatever, like we all came in together, but I felt like I was kind of last on the totem pole. I felt like they thought Chris was gonna be the man, then it was gonna be Rail, then it was gonna be me. So I kind of took that, like I kind of felt some type of way. So I'm like, nah, I'm about to come in here and kill. But at the same time with Iz, you just gotta know, like, it's more of a mental game, you know what I'm saying, with him. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna shoot this ball. If I miss it, I know I'm coming out. I'm a freshman. But it's like, I'm gonna come out, you gonna yell at me, you gonna cuss me out, whatever. But eventually you gonna get used to how I'm playing. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? Eventually you gonna be like, all right, this how he play. So it ain't nothing I can do about it. This how he play. But yeah, at first, my freshman year, I used to get pulled out all the time. Beginning of the season, why you shooting this shot? Whoopty whoop. But eventually he learned me, and next thing I know, I was starting. Like mid-season, I was starting. The starting point guard as a freshman.
So let me ask you this: he do put that leash on freshmen? I guess the question I was asking. I know a lot of times you'll see a player like a Keith. I always use him for an example. Man, McDonald's All-American. To me, one of the baddest people to come out of Persian. But then you see him not be able to go straight into kill mode. You know, it gradually went into kill.
Yeah, I feel like with that, it was more like it was already gonna be hard. Okay, Keith, he was in McDonald's, but it was already hard because you already had guys that was like that and played in 2 Final Fours. That was already solidified. You had for the guards, you had me, Rail, Chris, and you had Corey Lucius. So it ain't really too much. It's like you gonna play, but it's like you still gotta kind of wait. But once whatever happened with Chris, like once Chris and Corey end up leaving, that's when he brought Keith in a little bit more, let him start playing more. And to me, he played well, but I feel like as far as like him having a leash, it don't really matter. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, it don't matter. If you want to have a leash on you, it's all up to you. You know what I'm saying? It's all about your mental. If you're going to let him do that, or you going to be like, all right, I know he just really trying to push me, and he want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he really trying to push me, so I got to just figure it out. It's just something that you got to kind of, like, figure it out.
Speaking of mental, you know, one of the parts of your game that I always admired, man, is watching you at Michigan State. It was clear that you were that guy. Others looked to you. You know, and I tell, being a coach now, I tell my young guys to watch these podcasts and, you know, to see what you guys are talking about. Explain how, as a point guard, a smaller, you know, nowadays 6'1", a smaller point guard, how you commanded that leadership role and you know, became that guy on the team.
Man, I think it just started from like young, just being young, just like I said, hooping and playing football and all that. It just you're a point guard. You gotta lead, you gotta talk, gotta be vocal, gotta tell guys what to do. In high school, I played QB. Same thing. I gotta tell guys what to do, where to be. So once I got to state, it was kind of easy for me. Of course, I led the way I led, you know. But at the end of the day, I'm a leader. But I lead the way I want to lead. So, yeah.
Let me ask you this, Kay. Statistically, man, when you leave in Michigan State, you had 1,996 points, and you had 500 assists. And they basically saying that's like one of the best careers for a guard at Michigan State. So my question to you is, do you feel like you are the best guard to come through Michigan State?
Man, first off, I think I should have had way more, but you know, I got hurt.
Right.
I got hurt, but I mean, far as that, I kind of leave that up to the people for real. I mean, I feel like I put my work in. I feel like in that era, I feel like I was the best. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to that, I just kind of leave that up for the people to debate. Some people, they give me my credit. Some people, they try not to give me my credit all the way, but I already know, like I took state to a whole nother level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I like, to me, and people might argue would be mad with me, but I feel like you probably like the second best point guard to come through Michigan State behind Magic. That's my opinion.
Behind Magic? Oh, yeah, that's love.
Yeah, behind Magic.
Then it's crazy too, because it's like, I think we the last team to make it to a national. I don't even think no other team made it to the national championship, but they don't even really talk about us like that. But
and how many times did you Final Four in your 4 years?
We went twice, but my second year I got hurt. I got hurt like the second game in the tournament. So
I remember that, but that's still out of 4 years. Because I think Keefe was the last class to break that. They didn't go. But I think what they were saying was I forgot what the stat they used.
Yeah, I think it was like every couple of years, like they go to a Final Four.
Yeah, and you went to 2 out of your 4 years. That's
impressive. Yeah.
What were those teams again? Just for the people.
The teams we played,
or the teams that you took to the Final Four.
The years.
Oh, the years. It was
and the starting 5.
The starting 5. It was starting 5 that year. It was me, Travis, Raymar Morgan. It was me, Travis Walton, Raymar Morgan, Goran Sutan, and Delvon Rowe. Then off the bench, we had Darrell Summers, Corey Lucius, Chris Allen, Marquise Gray, and
was Day on that team?
Day, and Day, yep. That was my sophomore year. Then my junior year, like I said, I ain't played my junior year in the Final Four, but we ended up losing to Butler by like 1 or 2 or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Sutan was my guy, man. He was a good big. I don't think he got a lot of credit.
Sutan had game. That was like one of my favorite players to play with. I used to love playing with G. He gonna make up for you. He gonna make up for you. If you mess up on defense, he gonna always be there. Like that was somebody you knew. Like he know exactly what to do. He know where to be at on the floor. He know where to pop. Like G, like Sutan, one of my favorite players to play with. Real talk.
I remember when we used to go to the state camps, man. Every year he used to pull me to the side, like, man, just what you got to do. And then he used to didn't he have like a UConn with I think it was a UConn. I can't remember what it was, man. He used to be driving around campus all the time, man, coming to kick it with me, man. That's a good guy.
Yeah. Yep, Sutan, good guy. Show me none but love. First day I stepped on campus.
Let me ask you this. Now let's translate. Going, you playing in the NBA, man. You know that's always been a dream of all young kids, man. Explain you getting into the NBA and playing in the NBA, man. What's your mindset? How you feeling? Are you shocked? Are you surprised? Like, what's all the emotions you're going through at that point in time?
Yeah, man. The first time I played in the NBA, it was I think it was 2013, 2014 season. I was with Memphis G League team. I went to camp and everything with them, and I got called up a couple times, but they end up. I was at practice or whatever, and the GM he came in and got me like, yo, the Grizzlies, they got a game. They just called you up. Like right now, you got to take a private jet right now to Toronto. I'm like, right now? He like, right now. So we was at practice. So I hurry up, went to the crib, showered, packed the bag. PJ took me to Toronto. As soon as I landed in Toronto, they handed me my jersey and stuff like in the tunnel. And I got right on the floor and played. I played like 5 minutes, but it felt good. You know what I'm saying? Just felt like, damn, after all the stuff I've been through, whatever, I made it. It was rough. It was tough, but I made it. So it felt good, man. Felt good. First time I put a jersey on was with the Memphis Grizzlies.
That's crazy, man. So like, I mean, that's a whole lot of emotions probably going on. Like as far as like you gotta jump on the jet.
And what was crazy about it too was it was like a blizzard that night. It was a blizzard. So what happened was I was just up in the air. They couldn't land because it was a blizzard. It just kept going off, blizzard going. So then they end up taking me to like a different airport. Then I had to drive like an hour or something to the arena. As soon as I got to the arena, like I said, they gave me my jersey and stuff like at like the tunnel. Hurry up, threw my stuff on, put my shoes on. As soon as I ran out there, it's a national anthem.
So you didn't even get a chance to warm up, nothing?
I ain't get to warm up or nothing.
Oh, man.
You got to always be ready, right?
Yeah, always got to be ready.
Always, yeah.
So let me ask you, playing for Detroit, man, I was happy when I seen that come across my phone, especially when, you put your jersey on Instagram and stuff like that, man. Explain playing for the home team, man. How did that feel?
Man, it was bittersweet for real. It felt good just to rep and have that Detroit, you know what I'm saying, on your chest. But at the same time, I wanted to play. At the same time, I'm looking at the guards they got. I'm like, man, I'm telling coach every day, coach, I'm ready, play me. I'm telling them like, I'm ready, come on. At practice, I'm ready, but I just wish I would have been able to play a little bit more, but it still felt good because I felt like I was playing well in the G League to where they ended up giving me a two-way contract with the Pistons like the last day of the two-ways. That's a whole nother story, but that was crazy too. But it felt good, man. Flew in. They showed me love, and I just wish I was able to play more.
For our viewers, can you explain how that two-way contract go for our viewers? So how does that two-way contract go?
Man, when I was in the G League, the two-way, basically you playing with the NBA team and you playing with the minor team, which would be like I was playing with Grand Rapids Drive and I was playing with the Pistons. So whenever they want to call you up, they can call you up. So you may play 2-3 games in the G League, then the Pistons will be like, all right, come on, you about to go on this road trip. We got a 4 or 5 game road trip. So then you be on the road with the Pistons. But at the same time, you still got to stay ready because you just never know when your number going to get called. So that's pretty much how the two-way contracts work. You playing with both teams.
Okay. What was your favorite NBA team you played with?
Who my favorite player I played with?
No, your favorite NBA team, because I know you played.
Oh, my favorite NBA team I played with?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't even got one. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't got one. I don't have one.
All right, what's the best?
You said my favorite team, right?
Yeah, your favorite NBA team you played for.
Yeah, I don't have one.
Okay, who the best player you played with and played against?
The best player I played with, as far as what, high school, college, the pros, or it don't matter?
It don't matter.
All right, favorite player I played with, and played against. Played against a lot of players, man. Patrick Christopher, he was nice. I played with him in the G League. You remember Pat Christopher?
Yeah, I do.
He was 06.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like bow-legged, pigeon toe.
Yeah, he got
like
busy
6'5", 6'6". Huh?
He got busy though.
Yeah, he got busy, like busy.
For sure.
So, yeah, Pat Christopher, and I say, man, remember we played against SoCal?
With Brandon Jennings and Kevin Love and Taylor King?
Yeah, man. Kevin Love was nice. I remember I came back to the crib like, dog, Kevin Love, nice. There's only 2 players I said was nice that I played against. It was Kevin Love and Derrick Rose. Those was the only 2 people that I went back home and was telling people like, bro, K Love and D Rose, they different. Like I thought I was fast and quick. D Rose on a whole nother level.
Mm-hmm. And my 2 was my first seen Bill Walker and OJ Mayo played. I was going back to the crib telling people about those 2. And Mike Beasley. Them 3 right there was like unreal. You know, I thought I was good, but once I played against them and played, I'm like, man, they on a whole nother level.
Yeah, they was nice. It was nice. They had a game.
So
Bill
let me
Walker
ask you
had bunnies.
Yeah, he had super bunnies, man. Like it was. Remember when they came with you? We was too young, but do you remember when they came to Detroit and played at Renaissance? And they played against all the 06, so PD played, Euland.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blew them out by like 30.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, all right, let's transition to your overseas career. Playing overseas, man, how does, I ask every player this, is it more mental, is it more physical, is the game slower, is the game faster? Explain the overseas playing style for you.
Yeah, it's definitely more mental, man. I, like real talk, like this, like my first year where I just accepted being overseas. Like, you know what? This year I'm over here. I'm gonna make the best of it. Because normally when I come overseas, I'll be like, man, as soon as I get off the plane, I'll be like, man, why am I over here? Like, I don't never had the right mindset. So if you ain't got the right mindset, you may not play to your best ability. So I think it's just more mental, man, and just at the same time, I feel like you need to have great communication with like the coach. Because these coaches, they coach a little bit different than, you know what I'm saying, at home. So, or the way they think may be a little bit different. So I think it's always good to just have a good communication with your coach. And as far as, I forgot what else you asked me. Oh, you asked me how, I forgot what else you asked me. What you asked me?
No, just just like you said, mental, your mindset. Is it different from playing from here and in the States?
Yeah, for sure it is. For sure it's you just play 10-minute quarters here. At home it's 12 minutes. The courts over here are smaller. They can stay in 3 seconds over here. So it's just more space at home, like G League and NBA. But as far as it being more physical, I feel like over here, I feel like they let stuff go a little bit more, like far as grabbing and holding and setting picks and stuff. Like you can set a pick, a big could come set a pick. He could at the same time still hit you. Like he ain't really got to be set. So I just feel like it's more like I think it's more physical a little bit over here than it is at home.
Let me ask you this: how's the fan love overseas? I always ask that, man. Is it different from here in the States? How's that fan love from the teams you done played with?
Man, no, the fan love real, man. Like they really be diehards. They be diehard fans, man. It kind of remind me of like Michigan State, far as like the fans, like they diehard, but at the same time, these fans, they kind of take it overboard sometimes. to where they mess around and try to stab you, not stab you, but stab other fans and get into it and fight at games. And they just really for they team, whatever city they in, whoever the team is, they just really they diehard fans, man. You gotta love the fans over here.
What team are you currently playing for now? What team are you currently playing for now again?
Right now I'm playing for Maccabi Haifa. I just got here probably like a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite overseas team you play for?
My favorite overseas team. Bro, I ain't got a favorite overseas team. I ain't got one, dog. I ain't got a favorite overseas team, but I would say, I don't know, man. Like the team I'm on right now, it seemed like a cool team. Right now, like I said, I just got here, so my goal is to, try to make sure we make it to the playoffs. Right now, we got a losing record, so my job is to do whatever we got to do to try to win and try to make the playoffs.
How has COVID affected playing overseas? Or how has COVID affected your life, and then how has it affected you playing overseas?
Man, COVID, man, I was just telling somebody the other day, I just want this COVID to go away. I want to just wake up and COVID is gone, man. Like this COVID affected like a whole lot of people. A lot of people went passed away. A lot of people sick. Some people, they getting the virus. It's just right now, man, it's tough times right now. We had a game yesterday. It got canceled because one of our players, he tested positive. So we all had to get COVID tests 2 days ago. We all came back negative, but the game got canceled. So games getting canceled left and right, no fans. So it's tough, man. It's different. It's different for sure. Ain't really nothing to do. You just really just going to practice and coming back to the apartment. So COVID definitely changed stuff for sure.
How important is your pops in your life, Kay? I know, but explain to our viewers how important your pops was, man. Because I used to see him and Mom Dukes and your brother all on the sidelines at AAU games, at high school games, man. Explain how important they are in your life and your development.
Yeah, no, my pops, that's my guy, man. That's somebody I know got my back 100%. So that's somebody I listen to and somebody I want to be like. He's somebody I look up to, and he's just somebody that's there for me, and I know got my back and I got his.
What about Mom Duke? I don't want her to see this and mad at me for not leaving her out. So that's my girl.
Yeah. No, for sure. No, the same though, man. It's somebody that she love her kids. She gonna do whatever for her family. Her family come first, hands down. And man, my family, they everything. That's one reason I picked Michigan State too, because I wanted the fam to make sure they able to come to the games. They able to take that hour 15 drive, make sure they had all my games. So the fam is everything.
How important was that Michigan State rival? I meant to ask you that question prior, but explain to our viewers your point of view of how important that rival is, and what's your record in the Michigan State rival?
I think my record. I think the only time I lost was my senior year. We might have lost twice my senior year, but so I don't know. I don't know how many times we played Michigan, but I think I lost twice. But the rival is big, man. The rival been going on for years, like before we was even there. So it's a big rivalry, but at the same time, I kind of just looked at it. I ain't gonna say I looked at it as another game, but to me it was like, yo, we just gotta win. No matter what, I don't care what goes on, we just gotta somehow win. And we was able to do that.
And it's funny, man, because if you're looking through the TV, man, you would think you guys hate each other, especially when Manny and Petey was at Michigan. But I said this with Darrell too, man. We was all together hanging out that night before when y'all played in Michigan. Remember, we all went to Studio 4.
That's what I'm saying. Like, with some guys, the rivalry may be a little bit bigger, but it's like if you got guys that you know, that you done play with, of course you still want to win. You still want to be like, nah, we won. But you know what I'm saying? It's just always, I don't know. It just felt like it was always good to win, you know, especially when we went there.
So let me ask you this. I'm going to backtrack one more time. In the state of Michigan, do you think you should have won Mr. Basketball your senior year?
You said what?
Your senior year, you think you should have won Mr. Basketball?
Mr. Basketball? Real talk? No, I don't think so.
Did Matt Manning won it hands down?
Yeah, he won it hands down.
Averaging 30, what? Damn near 50?
Yeah, he averaged what, 30 something. Yeah, he was going crazy. I already knew I ain't had no chance. I ain't gonna lie, I already knew I ain't had no chance. If I would have went to a PSL school, I probably would have had a chance. But like my coach, the GP, he wasn't. Nah, it wasn't going.
Explain how important was GP in your life, man. I can't forget him, man. How was your high school coach, man? Explain how important he was.
GP was important, man. He was you know, I don't know if people knew, but he was like our football coach and our basketball coach. So sometimes I used to hate that because I'm like, man, summertime, we only used to go and play in one tournament, play 2 games the whole summer for hoop because he got to coach football. So it was like basketball was important, but it wasn't that important like at Old Lake. Old Lake was really a football school. It was. I turned it to a basketball school. So, you know what I'm saying? GP was, he was old school. He was an old school coach, but at the same time, I feel like he was still good for me because I was just able to see these different coaches. Had Durant, had Green, GP. I had different coaches, so it just kind of prepared me for life.
Mm-hmm. Explain that your Orchard Lake team, man, with you, Deontay, John Tassin, man. How was playing with those guys?
No, it was good, man. Like I said, first playing with Deontay was cool because we've been playing with each other since like Shocker days, since we was like super young. So it was good playing with him. But then with JT, John had game. He could shoot. Then we had a couple guys from the Poors. They all came to Old Lake. So we had a nice little solid team for real.
You couldn't get real over to Orchard Lake St. Mary when the Poors closed?
I tried to. I was trying to get everybody I knew to Old Lake. I was trying to get everybody, bro, because at one time we were supposed to, like, once I started getting ranked and once I end up, I think Scout Hoops had me like number 10. No, they had me number 11 in the country. I almost hopped in like the top 10. And Speedy called me like, yo, we trying to get y'all sponsored by Nike. We trying to get y'all to play OJ and them. Like, we had a lot of stuff going on, but GP won with it. Because the old school, we were supposed to be sponsored by Nike kicks. We were supposed to play, like I said, I think we were supposed to play Sharon Collins and them in Chicago. And we were supposed to play Bill and OJ and them, but they ain't let it happen.
Did you used to go to the games when some of those players used to come and play at Country Day? Like when Sharon came?
All the games. Yeah, when Sharon and them played TP and them.
Yeah. So that was supposed to be y'all, or y'all was supposed to actually go to Chicago and play them in Chicago?
We were supposed to go to Chicago and play them. And we were supposed to go to wherever OJ and them was at, I think Ohio or something like that. But yeah, no, they had a lot of games set up for us, but GP won. He won with it.
Well, this is one of my favorite segments of the show, man. I'm gonna give you actually 2. It's Cub bench start. So I'm gonna start off with point guards because you're a point guard. You got CP3, Rondo, and Darren Williams all in their primes. You got a Cub one, huh?
I said, ooh, that's a tough one.
You got a Cub bench and start one all in their primes.
All in their primes. I'm going CPD, Will, Rondo.
You got a cut one, bench one, start one.
Yeah. I'm starting CP, okay. D Will bench, and Rondo, he getting cut. Rondo getting cut. Even though I love Rondo game, but yeah, he getting cut.
Then I'm gonna take some.
CP was too nice.
Yeah, then you monitored your game after CP3 too a little bit too, didn't you?
Yeah, yep. It was like a little bit of time where they was kind of comparing me to CP back in like high school. Yeah,
I thought you were going to Wake Forest. That's what I thought before Michigan State because of the CP3.
I was, but like I said, the head coach he ended up passing away. I don't know if he had cancer, Skip Prowser, but before then I was talking to Skip like all the time, and that was like my number one school. Like I met with CP a couple times. Like that was like my choice of school. I'm like, I'm gonna go to Wake Forest. But once that happened, stuff changed.
Going off of that meeting CP, because you went to his guard camp too, didn't you?
No, I went to Darren Williams camp.
Okay. How was that playing at that Darren Williams camp?
It was real. It was nice, man. Darren Williams, he was somebody that I always thought had game, man. He was like a big guard, like 6'3", shifty, could handle the rock. So it was good, man. I think it was maybe like 10 of us, like 10, 11 of us. JC was there. It was me, JC, Sharon Collins, and I think Malcolm Delaney. It was like a whole lot of us, but they only took like the top 4 players. And then we went to the LeBron Skill Academy. Because that's how it used to work. Mm-hmm. You'll go to the camps, like it may be a D. Will camp, a Paul Pierce camp, a Amari Stoudemire camp, and whoever the top players at the camp, at the position camp, then you go to the LeBron Skill Academy. So like me and JC, we both end up going to the Skill Academy. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool doing that.
All right, my last question. I'm gonna put this one because we all came out on 7. So you got to cut, bench, start one. Darrell Summers, Manny Harris, Dar Tucker.
I'm going real Manny Dar.
So you start Manny, cut you starting Rail, Manny coming off the bench, and you cutting Dar.
Yeah, Dar got game too.
Man, Dar used to be going crazy.
Man, Dar, bro, we played Dar. I think, matter of fact, remember we played Dar at Beechwood? You was there that day. We played at Southfield when we played the Hurricanes.
I think I wasn't. I don't think I was there. No, I was there. Actually, because Justin Aniog was on the Hurricanes.
Bro, remember Dar? That was the first time we seen Dar. We ain't know who Dar was. Remember, Dar had like 36 on us, 37.
Man,
he was killing.
That
was like his coming out party. It was like he killed us, and it was.
He always had game. Listen, we played Dar my senior year at Oakland University, right?
Yeah.
We going back and forth. We go up, man. I'm going crazy. You feel me, man? Fourth quarter, he turned up. Listen to me. He took the ball from one of my guards and windmilled it with 2 on a fast break. Man, all them second off fools start going crazy on the baseline. I'm like, man, he was a bad boy, man. I can't even lie.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, Dar was nice.
Well, Luke, man, we appreciate you, man. Vince had to hop off, man. He had to get some pipe work done.
Oh, he did? Okay.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you, bro. You're a legend in my book, always. I tell you that every time I see you.
Bro. You already know, for real.
Yeah, appreciate having you on as well, man. Anything you want to shout out or got anything going on you want the people to know?
Man, I got a lot of stuff coming 2021, man. Just stay tuned, man. I got to throw some camps. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. I'm trying to, make sure I get together 2021. Whoever on here can follow me on Instagram, KJ24K, KJAY24K. And Skip, bro, thanks for having me. And thank y'all for having me. And Skip, bro, whatever you need from me, bro, you already know I'm locked in with you 100%. Keep doing what you're doing in the community, bro. I remember I seen you on I think I seen you on the news last summer or 2 summers ago, bro. That shit made me smile, bro. So keep putting on, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. And whatever you need from me,
Who'd you like to see on the show?
Phone call away.
What you say, Craig?
I said, who would you like to see? Who do you think would be a good fit for the show?
For the show,
That's accessible that we can get to.
E. Evans. Do E. Evans. Do another
We actually got E lined up to come on for sure already.
So,
Do E. Evans or Mike Helms.
You gotta plug us with Mike.
Yeah, Mike had gang.
You gotta plug us with Mike. Hey, my last question for you, man. How's fatherhood?
Fatherhood, man, it's great, bro. It's a blessing, man. It's just crazy, man. You just said that, man. My son, bro, my son, man, he 2.5, bro. He be calling me on FaceTime nonstop, bro. It be tripping me out. It be tripping me out, bro. Be calling me, hanging up, call me, laughing, hang up again. I'm like, man, you got so much personality, but I love it, man. I wouldn't change it for none in the world, bro.
We'll keep being a good father. Okay.
All right, y'all.
Appreciate you again.
All right, man. Yeah, thanks y'all, man, for having me.
Yeah.
All right.
My producer, pull from the hip 4/5, I'm the shooter. Dog, I do ya. But the two don't discriminate, cause I shoot the guy next to ya.
I heard that podcast.